38.
Yeah.
38.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. Wow, 38. Hi, welcome back to the New Shelves. I'm Judy.
And I'm Michael.
Welcome back to the top 100 board game of all time. And today we're going to go 31 to 40.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay, 31 to 40, starting with number 40. And I have to say...
You want to go now.
Kinda. We are getting into some really great games here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait.
My number 40 is going to explode.
Gonna explode?
Potion explosion.
Oh.
Isn't that a great start?
Fair. Wow, number 40.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Okay, during those time we played this game, I just remember loving the dispenser, the marble. I think this one is second edition.
Yeah,
that comes with dispenser, right?
Yeah, the nice plastic marble dispenser.
Yeah. So with the clink, 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 clink from the marble and going down and the same color explode and it's super fun.
Totally.
Not to mention the potion cards are really cool too and colorful. I really enjoy this game.
You know, it's a good game. It really reminds me of, I don't know, like Candy Crush or one of those types of games that you can play on your phone.
It's just very colorful.
When the marbles roll down and then if the colors smash into each other, there's an explosion and you get to take those and build recipes for potions. It's cool.
You can kind of hear the sound and the music.
Totally. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, cool.
That's my 40 to start.
Fair enough. My number 40 is a game I have never won.
Like some of the games.
Like many of the games. Great Western Trail. Yep, Great Western Trail is my number 40.
Wow.
Yeah, I've played it several times. I'm just horrible at it. It's good. It's great. It's kind of like a deck builder where you're just building up the different cattle, the different kinds of cows and different levels and colors of cows in your hand. But you're also moving around a track and then you have to get all the way up to the station where you can move your train and then come back around and start again. The reason why I'm horrible at it is because it depends on who you're playing with in how your strategy goes. Mm-hmm. By that, I mean, if you're playing with people that kind of rush through and go as quickly as they can, you kind of have to keep up because every time you make it to the end where the station is, you get to move your train. So if you don't do that as many times as other players, you're not going to do well. But on the other hand, if the players kind of slow down a little bit around the board and do all of the different actions and collect all of the goods and resources throughout the board, you have time to kind of meander and do that as well and take different paths and stuff. But my problem is I like to just go along the board and try to collect as many resources and good things as I can. But I always end up, they just rush past me all the time and get to move. My strategy's horrible.
You just don't feel the wings behind
I guess, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of like a raccoon where I'm just attracted to shiny things. I don't know, but
look, shiny.
Yeah, kind of. It's fun. It's good. It's a very good game. I know there's a couple of different versions out now.
Yeah. I think so.
But yeah, Great Western Trail. My number 40.
Number 39.
39.
We do not have a physical game of this one.
Oh, okay.
I actually discovered it on BGA.
Oh, okay.
And surprisingly, I learned on BGA.
Oh, okay.
I'm not good at learning game by myself, and it's Azul.
Oh, Azul, yeah.
It's very basic Azul.
Yeah, we do have copies of other Azuls, but not the original Azul.
Yeah, so it's like a tile lane, and then you draft, right, all the players.
Yep.
And you just have to match the right combo to score. It's that simple, but
very abstract.
It's just very annoying when you want some tiles and got taken by someone else.
Totally.
And you end up with a really big number in your minus pool. And it's just not fun anymore.
Very annoying.
I never won this game. But it's so fun on BGA.
Yeah. And you know what? That's kind of a testament to the game because it is great on BGA, but it's even better with the physical copy because the tiles are just so nice to move around and play. Almost like Mahjong, right?
Almost.
Just those big, thick tiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, great game.
I love it.
Yeah, 39.
I like basic classic ones.
Sure.
And I think this fall under that category.
Yeah. You do tend to like abstract games more than I do.
I do, yeah.
I like them, but you like them more like kind of abstract puzzly games. But yeah. My number 39 is Libertalia.
The original one, or?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure.
Hold on. I think so says a lot because they're very different. They're similar, but they're very different, in my opinion.
Yes, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that in a minute.
Here comes controversy.
Maybe. Okay.
Leave your comment.
So I am talking about Libertalia, the original Libertalia.
Okay.
Stonemaier Games has come out with a new kind of
animal theme,
kind of brighter, more friendly theme, but I'm talking about the original right now.
Yeah.
And it is just a really cool, gritty, pirate themed card game.
Mm-hmm.
And you have all these different characters of cards, and you're using them to basically bid for all of the different goods that are out on the board, and you're collecting booty and all of these different things.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I say I think the original is because the new version, the new edition from Stonemaier Games, it changed some of the rules, which I actually like better.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new tie-breaking mechanic, which I think is better. There's a couple things I like better. But I really, really, really like the theme. I know they're both pirates, but the artwork and the darker, grittier theme in the old one.
Yeah.
That's when I think of a pirate game, that's what I think of.
I agree, yeah.
They're like pirates.
Like dark-ish and kind of shadow-ish.
Right. The art is dark, the board's black, and everything is just like kind of dark and gritty, and I really, really, really like that.
Yeah.
And that's part of, for me, that's part of playing games, is I love getting that out onto the table. I love seeing it out there and feeling like pirates, and all the big pirate ships, and the characters look like pirates, and I love that. Yeah, so that's why I say I think the original. I like some of the rules in the new one, but I think I like the original better. I have both. Yeah. And I can't get rid of either one because I haven't decided yet. Yeah. But there you go. Libertalia is my number 39.
Got it. Number 38.
Okay.
I'm going a trip to England.
England. Okay.
It's Village Rails.
Oh.
It comes in a small box.
Oh.
It's from Osprey Games. And it's actually a train games that I really enjoy.
Wow.
If you're basically going on a trip, it's a tile layering.
Yeah.
So you're just building your route of where you want to go, and you sightseeing, you collect points on the way. It's very straightforward.
Very straightforward.
Very straightforward.
I'm surprised that's number 38 on your list.
It is. I really like it.
Kind of.
It's some kind of game I can play by myself.
Yeah, yeah. That's fair. It's very puzzly again.
Yeah.
Like games like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like smaller size and play quick and not too complex. Yeah. Which this one I think is very family friendly. Do you want to play with like a little bit older kids or like a first time player? Yep. This is perfect.
Very, very accessible. Yes. Definitely. Yes. Yeah. I think we're starting to see a theme here. Once we get closer to our favorite games, we're really starting to see our personal preferences and our personal styles come through now. Yes. Now that we're getting up higher on these lists. Yes.
Yeah. Games my size.
Yeah. Very, very cool. My number 38. I think this is higher on your list, but I'm not sure. My number 38 is Meadow.
38?
Yeah.
38.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. Wow, 38. Speechless.
I know it's going to be higher on your list. I really like Meadow, but it's...
Not as much.
So, not as much as you, apparently. Wow, I'm feeling some pressure 38! Here. Okay. Yes, Meadow. And Meadow also comes with the downstream expansion, which makes it, I think, to me, I won't play Meadow without it. But it's cute. It's the art is just beautiful. It looks great on the table. And the theme of the game is you're basically going out and kind of exploring through a nice little walk through the meadow. Mm-hmm. And I really like that mechanic of choosing your cards, where you have your path cards, and you can either put them on either side or the bottom, and depending on the number is how many cards in you go, the grid of cards, and that's the card you can take. Yeah. And then you can go around the campfire to collect the bonuses depending on what you have showing on your board.
Which is not as easy as it seems.
No, it's not as easy as it seems at all. The downstream expansion adds a river where you can go downstream and collect other bonuses along the way.
Which is pretty cool.
It's a great game. It is a fantastic game. Number 38 is very high considering number 30. I feel like I'm defending myself here.
No, that's okay.
It is a beautiful game.
It's just better than 39. What can I say?
There you go. And I'm sure we will see it much higher on Judie's list.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 37.
Okay.
Not metal. It's Libertalia.
Oh, what? Seriously?
The one from 2012, the original one.
Yeah, hilarious.
We really like, I'm not speaking for you, but I personally like Pirates games.
Yeah.
And this is the first Pirates game. No, Jamaica will be the first one. But this is the first pirate game that I really, really, really immerse into and really love.
Cool.
And I think what draws me into the game is when there are many characters and many abilities, that makes me very nervous about how to play because I can't remember all of them.
Sure.
But this game, they're good at, the card is repetitive. So you know.
Yeah.
Play a couple of rounds, you already know. So you can play really fast. And that's good. That's good for me to remember how to play the game and enjoy it.
And we have the same cards, but we don't know when you're playing your cards and we don't know what's left in the other person's hand. Yeah. Wow, that's so cool. We were so close to having that at the exact same spot.
Yeah.
Cool.
It is. And
Cool.
on top of what you said, I think I'm going to clarify here. I like this one better than the newer one, Libertalia, only because I'm not thinking of I'm going to play with family. I'm thinking of my personal preference.
So you should. Yes.
Yeah, and if it's for like playing with family, definitely go with the newer version of Libertalia because I think it drawn kids into it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a very good point. I like that.
Yeah, so for personal, I like the older version. Again, the classic one.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, 37.
Awesome. Ooh, my number 37 is a game that we just recently got a new playmat for. And it is Tapestry.
Wow.
Tapestry from Stonemaier Games.
Yeah.
Great big box. Huge, detailed, beautiful miniature monuments.
Yeah.
There's an expansion which gives you a couple of expansions which give you even more things and more stuff to play with. But it's basically a Civ game. And you have 4 different tracks. You've got military and exploration and science and technology. And then you also have your own little sideboard, which is like a grid that you can put in Tetris kind of style monuments on it to block off things. And you're building your civilization. And the further along the game you go, the more high tech everything is that you have, the more advanced everything is. And yeah, it's just a typical civilization game that I think is brilliant. I love it. I love Tapestry.
It is complex. Definitely complex.
Can be. Yep.
Yeah. For me, I have to play a couple times to actually understand what I was doing.
Yeah. This, to be fair, we actually did a video before with Luke from the Broken Meeple. And our video was games that needed more plays. And this was one of them.
Yeah.
When we first played it, we were both kind of on the fence about it. But the more we played it, the more we enjoyed it. And by the third time, we were like, okay, this is pretty awesome.
That's when you can start playing your strategies and have the idea what route you want to go so you don't conflict with your opponent and actually benefit your scoring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So anyways, that's my number 37, Tapestry.
Check out the video of the playmat. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Number 36. I'm gonna say it in Spanish. Dulce.
Oh.
It's sweet.
Wow.
And I know.
Wow.
It's my size kind of game.
Yeah, again.
Okay, so
wow.
What can I say? This is very, sweet, right? So there's some coffee shop, some bakery. This game look cute, but you need to plan your strategy very efficiently because once you waste some turns, you are way behind. So it's
true. Yeah.
Yeah, you have some actions like you can plant, you can harvest, and you can use the resources in your factory. And those are like cocoa beans, those are eggs, milk, peanut. Vanilla, sorry. Yeah, cocoa and vanilla bean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are the resources you are using. And as you can imagine the connection, you're going to use them in the bakery, in a coffee shop, right?
Yeah.
So it's all connected. And this theme is really cute and I really enjoy it. I every time I play it, I haven't won. to be honest, I haven't won yet. But every time I play, I just enjoy handling those tiles, and it just ice cream to my eyes.
All the ingredients are just like little cubes of different colors and that.
Yeah,
it's
and there's
pretty
a chicken
small.
going around. It's just very cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
Huh.
I like it.
Huh.
Yeah,
it's good. It's a good game. I'm really wow. Okay, cool.
Speechless.
Well, no, it's. I mean,
it's played quick and easy.
Yeah, I mean, we have lots of games like this where they're great. If you want to play it, I will play it anytime because I enjoy it. I just never really thought it would be this high, but I can see why. I mean, it's a Judie game. My number 36 is a game that you've never played.
36, yeah.
Yep, and I think it's pretty great. I think it's 3 players and up. I don't think you can play it with 2 players. At least I never have. Anyways, it is Kemet. Kemet is a pretty fantastic Egyptian-themed game, and I know you've never played it. It's pretty awesome, though. It's why I love it. You can upgrade and you can put new pieces onto the board because it's all basically the whole game is about you need to battle.
Yeah,
you're fighting. It's area control, and the whole game is about fighting. Basically, but there's all these different cards that you can upgrade with, but some of the cards have these great big miniatures that you can put onto your board, and I always get the giant scorpion and then I put them on the board, and it's just so cool because as soon as you do it, everyone else at the table they see this giant scorpion coming after them, and it's like literally this fear. It's just so cool. It's great. It's fantastic. It's so good. I totally nerd out on it. I love it.
Immerse.
Yes. Yeah. As I'm saying it, Judie's looking at me like.
No, I'm just thinking if somebody put a cockroach on my game board, I will probably be very intense.
It's not a cockroach, it's a scorpion.
I'm talking about something you fear of. You fear of.
Oh, fair enough. But anyways, Kemet is a fantastic game. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend it.
35. You would never guess if I tell you my 35 can play up to 100 people.
What?
I know, it's Voyages. It's a print and play.
Oh, Voyages! The print and play.
So fun.
Yeah.
We had a live playthrough and we played with everyone in the live stream.
Huh.
It was so fun.
Huh.
So fun. It's print and played, and you basically rolling 3 dice and you manipulate the dice by what direction you want to go and how far you want to go, and just to see like what kind of map you're mapping out. And it's just super fun.
Cool. All right.
Up to 100 people. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Well, I guess I don't see why not, right? Everyone just plays off the same dice.
I can just see us in microphone like bingo. Number 25.
So, with a whole auditorium filled with people.
See, that's my kind of game.
Yep. Nope. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, my number 35 is a fairly new game and could potentially be the newest game on my entire list.
Oh, yeah.
And that is The White Castle. Great game.
It's your kind of game for sure.
I'm surprised that on my list, as we get higher, how many dice drafting games are on my list.
Drafting is like action decision, not
right. And I think that's why I love dice drafting so much, because dice rolling is my nemesis. I cannot roll dice for the life of me. But if I can have a game where I get to roll dice and it doesn't matter what I roll, I can use them for different things, then I love it. Yep. But no, this game is really, really cool. And what I like about the dice action is when you choose one of the die, either the high one or the low one on each bridge for the color, and then when you put it on the board for your action, if it's higher valued than what's already on the board, you actually collect income. You collect gold. But if you put a die that's lower than the number that's on the board, you have to pay.
Yeah.
So I really like that balancing act. And what I think it really loses in 2-player, you can only ever put 1 die on each spot. Mm-hmm. So you're only ever comparing to what is written on the board. But in a 3 or 4-player game, if I put a die down and I put a really high die value down, I get a lot of resources, but I have to pay for it. Another player can put a die on top of that. But because I put a high one down, now they can put a low one down and collect resources or collect money. So your die are basically you're changing the value of the board as you're placing die into certain spots. I thought that really shined in this game. It felt like a really cool kind of new mechanic to me.
Yeah. And with more player, it will be more benefit and more intense.
Absolutely. I've played it with 4 players with my gaming group, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
I liked it at 2 players, but 4 was amazing. It was really, really, really cool. And you know me, I love games where they're taking old mechanics and putting a twist on them.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think Shem Phillips was really good with that, with all of his worker placement games, right? And this is the same. It is like a dice drafting or dice placement game with a twist.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really good twist.
Yeah. Now, let's go up to number 34.
Okay.
Speaking of newer game, this one is kind of newer too.
Okay.
It's Mercurial.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was kind of scared when I first seen this game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so many is going on. But the art is so cool. So Mercurial, it's a deck building game and engine building game. And in this game, you're casting spells.
Yes.
And it's, you gotta roll some element dice. There's so many element dice. And so throughout the whole game, your main objective, you just want to make a great combo of the dice and the cards.
Yes.
It's not as easy.
No.
Because you start with some dice, some element dice, and some cards and some crystal, and go out to the world.
And then everything, you just put everything together, trying to build different potions to get different cards and things like that.
Brain burning. It is so hard, but it is fun. It like challenge the spot where you can build your engine, but you might not able to make it because your opponent got the things that you want. And it's very hard.
It is. Yeah. You're right. I was a little intimidated at first when I was learning this game, because the part that I found hard was there was so much new iconography. And all of the things, like the crystals and the dice and the elements, they all had kind of like made up names.
Yeah.
So it was really hard to reference what was what.
Yeah.
But once you get it, then it became much easier once I understood that part of it. And then the game really flowed.
It's almost like fantasy games has those new names that you're not familiar with.
Right.
So you just gotta get to that.
Like if they would have just said the white crystal and the blue crystal. Okay, I know where the white and blue crystal is, but they each had different names. So I kept mixing them up, and that was kind of hard.
Yeah.
But wow, is this game ever beautiful.
The artist.
Wow.
I love the
One of the most beautiful games I think I've ever played.
Yes. And they are not AI. They are actually by Illustrator, and I'm just really impressed with it.
Okay, 34 for me is Tzolk'in, the Mayan calendar.
Holy moly.
Holy moly. Now,
holy moly.
This is straight up Euro. This is as Euro as Euros can be.
Yes.
So
my head exploded during the game. So I can.
Okay, so the main thing for this for me, what I loved about this game, and I've never seen this before. On the board, there's a giant dial with 2 other dials attached to it. They're like gears. So when you turn one, all of them rotate. And on it, you put your little workers, and then you can jump off whenever you want to collect whichever the resources, depending on which space you're at.
Yeah.
It's just a really neat little, I'm going to say mechanic, but it's actually the physical thing on the board. We were talking about it after we played it once, and we were saying, you easily could have just moved these things up and down a track.
Yeah, you could. But
it essentially would have done the same thing. If at the end of every turn, everything just moves down one spot. But there's just something about turning those gears and everything rotating, because it's mimicking that Mayan calendar theme. And I just thought that was so... I've seen on BGG, many people have painted those gears and things like that.
Cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. I really loved this game a lot, and I'm ashamed to say I haven't played it in a while.
Yeah. But
I should. But it's basic. It's just a straight up Euro. I mean, you're collecting corn or fish and doing, it's resources and engine building, and that's all it is.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Very cool. Yeah.
Number 33. Okay, I need to say it right because it's such a long name. Super Mega Lucky Box.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hilarious.
It's
Cute.
like when you go order your chicken, bacon chicken, super bigger chicken. It's just hard to remember. But
so random. Okay.
So this game is very straightforward. It's very point salad-y. Very much like...
Combolicious.
Yes.
It's all about the combos.
Yes. Go column, go by row, and then you just mark it up.
Yep.
Mark
Cross them off.
Yeah. And then score for endgame, and that's it.
Yeah, totally.
I don't like playing with our kids because they won, and I feel embarrassing. But hey, I'm proud at the moment.
Yeah.
As well. So.
Yeah. Oh, this is one of those games where there are just so many combos that sometimes you have to put your finger on spots. Be like, okay, I have that bonus and then that bonus, which then gives me that bonus. I can't forget. So many combos. If you like combos, this is a very easy.
Yes.
Flip and right. It's a flip and right because you're marking things off on your board. That is just combolicious.
Mm-hmm.
Combo.
Lots of combos.
Almost as many combos as Three Sisters, but not quite as many.
Mm-hmm. And you just look at the numbers that you cross off. So it's not like you have to do math.
Nope.
You don't.
It's super... Wow, you have a lot of really accessible games on your list. Yeah, this is cool. My number 33 is, hey, guess what? Another dice drafting game. It's Coimbra.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Coimbra is a dice drafting game. So actually, I know that my friend played a dice drafting game at my house that I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's higher on my list. And he liked it so much that he thought, I really want to get another dice drafting game. Yeah. And this is the game he bought.
Oh.
I like this one because you have your dice that you're rolling, but you're actually putting them on spots to basically bid for cards in each section. And depending on, you're putting them down one at a time. So players might put a die that's a higher value than yours and knock you down. And then they get to choose cards before you choose. So there's a lot of I think that player, my opponent, needs that card. So I'm going to make sure I put a high one there.
Yeah.
Knowing that he won't be able to outbid me. And then you've got these different tracks that you're going up like most of these games. But it's just a cool dice drafting or dice placement game, I should say, with a kind of using them as an auction, sort of.
That's totally up your alley.
Oh, of course it is. 100% it's up my alley. Great. Coimbra is a fantastic. It's not the highest dice drafting or dice placement game on my list, but it's definitely up there.
Definitely up there.
Yeah. Cool.
Number 32. Juicy Fruits.
Ooh, juicy.
Juicy Fruits. Where should I start? Chunky components or...
Big chunky components.
Yeah, so this is a very family-friendly game. Very easy to play and very fun. You basically having this board from shore to shore. You're going to place those tiles and grid movement for those fruits.
Yep.
And you can manufacture the juice or bring them to stores and have those business. Become those business vendor and all that. It's very cool. And I like how there are two different variants. You can play the easy shore to shore transaction or manufacturing juice. It's fun.
Yeah.
Again, totally. It's not easy, but it's fun and it's easy access, right?
I am definitely seeing a theme with the games on your list right now. And this is very similar. It's, it's you have your own little board where you're placing the tiles or cards or whatever down.
Little tile, yeah.
And the big chunky fruit pieces, I guess you can call them.
Yeah. Just wooden components.
Yeah, it's definitely, and I've said it many times, this is a Judie game.
I love it.
Yeah, it's great. Chunky. I like it too. It's great.
Chunky fruits.
Juicy fruits. We live streamed it, and I think everyone in the chat started calling you Judie fruits.
Judie fruits.
Instead of juicy fruits.
Fruity.
Tutti fruity. Okay. 32. Now I need to preface this by saying this would not have been so high on my list without the expansions, plural. Okay. So I'm being very clear here that this is with the expansions. Raiders of the North Sea.
Oh, 32?
Yeah, 32. Yeah, it's good. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
This is a game where the expansions, plural, one or the other or both, really make this game shine. You're drafting Viking cards, and then you're playing them as crew that you're going out and raiding. But again, what I mentioned earlier, and Shem Phillips is really, really good at this. It's worker placement with a twist.
Yeah.
And the twist in this worker placement, which I thought was cool, is you have a board with different locations in the town.
Mm-hmm.
And every location gives you a different action.
Yeah.
And you have a meeple or a veeple, and you place it in an empty spot.
Yeah.
And do that action.
Yeah.
Then you take one that's already on the board somewhere else and then do that action.
Yeah.
So you can't go where there is already a Viking, but you can take that Viking later. So the order matters.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also 3 different colors of Vikings.
Yeah.
There's black, gray, and white.
Yeah.
And they have different powers. And then those Vikings can even, depending on their power, is how far out raiding they can go.
Yeah.
And when you go out raiding, the further you go, the better the reward.
Yeah.
But that place one in an empty spot and take one that's already there is a really cool action.
Yes.
And then the expansions add mead, which basically you're getting your crew drunk.
Drunken Vikings.
Which makes them stronger in battle. And then, it's cool. It's great. It's, I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
I'm surprised it's 32.
You thought it would be higher on my list?
Yeah.
It could be.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting into the territory here where basically my top 30 almost, especially I would say 10 to 30 or 10 to 30, they could be
anywhere,
mixed and matched almost. They're all great games.
Those are the fun parts.
Yeah, totally.
Number 31 is very tiny.
Is it a tiny epic game?
Tiny Epic Galaxy.
Yay! Great game.
This is one of my favorite in Tiny Epic series.
Yeah, it's my favorite Tiny Epic game.
Yeah, it's so tiny.
Not as tiny as Tiny Epic Dinosaurs.
Yeah. It's very simple to play. And you have different planets to, like, you basically colonize those planets.
Yep. Or orbit
throughout
them.
the game.
Or orbit them.
Yeah, throughout the game. So it's just very fun to go back and forth and get what you need to do.
Yep.
With the dice rolling and decision making. It's super fun.
Yeah, I don't think it's as accessible as some of the other games on your list. I mean, there's some rules that you need to understand in this game but it's good.
Yeah.
It's a great
easy,
game.
Quick learning game.
Pretty quick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
31.
Okay. Very cool. My number 31 is, hey, guess what? Another dice drafting game. And this is the game that I was talking about that we played and my friend wanted a dice drafting game.
Yeah.
And it is, wow, I'm actually really surprised it's not higher on my list.
Really?
Yeah. Anyways, I love this game. Rajas of the Ganges.
Oh.
Fantastic game. And maybe it's because I haven't played it a lot. I've played it about 4 or 5 times only.
It is a great game.
It is a fantastic game. And it did something that I think had been done maybe once before, but it's the first time I had experienced it. Yeah. It's where you have 2 score tracks. One starts on one side of the board and the other starts on the other side. One is fame and one is fortune. And when you go around, right, where they meet, that's what ends the game. Mm-hmm. So if somebody is going heavy on fame but not as high on fortune, and then another player is doing the opposite, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. It depends on your strategy, but it's where those 2 cross each other. That's when the game ends. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was super, super, super cool.
Yeah.
But again, this is dice drafting or dice placement, I should say, not dice drafting. And you can use depending on where you go, you can use your dice either by the color or by the value. And yeah, you're just going into like the castle area where you can collect everything, or you're floating your boat down the river to collect more resources. And you have a little board where it's almost like a Carcassonne style tiles where you're putting them on your personal can't remember what it's called. Like it's basically your land, and the roads all have to lead back to your temple. But where you place them, you're collecting resources by where the roads go, and then you also have all these tiles that you can go to the market with, and it's just there's a kind of a lot going on. But I really like that end game trigger.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I think you can see those kind of mechanism in like Ark Nova, in Shippy Time. They all have those. You're gonna cross and meet and trigger something else.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
Raja's was the first. I think it was another game before that. I think, but it was the first one that I had come across anyway.
Yeah,
so,
that was really
fun.
fun.
So that was my number 31.
And that is it.
That's right.
For 31 to 40.
31 to 40. Oh my gosh, we're getting into the 20s after this video.
Yeah.
Woo!
That'll be fun.
Yeah, very exciting.
All right, so that'll be for today. Have you done Pub Meeple? Leave a comment and let us know what do you think about those games we mentioned.
Well, obviously we know whose list is better.
Metal? Really?
Oh, fair enough. Fair. Orlean. Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. If you have your, 31 to 40, why don't you leave them in the comments below? I know some of you have been doing that throughout our videos, which is
awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or just tell us how wrong we are about our lists.
Metal, right? Dun, dun, dun. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do that.
Please do.
There's more video coming.
Yes.
Until next time.
Go ahead and get another game off of your nerd shelves.
Take care.
Bye.